You are live.
Already?
No music.
I thought you said it was 1 o'clock.
Well, it ain't quite 1 o'clock, but hey, we don't care. You know what we're going to tell you?
You don't care.
I like this song right here. You know who's singing this little man?
Luther Vandross.
This is what the show's about today. It's about Waylon Jennings saying it the best. We're live.
Oh, Waylon.
We're going live at 1 o'clock, folks.
Have you ever,
Oh, Stephen Weathers is on.
hey,
Stephen Weathers.
have you ever had a cold, refreshing drink and listen to Waylon?
You know what this song's about?
That's Brad Muse right there.
It's about
Brad
moving.
Muse, this who you look like, buddy.
It's about moving to the country.
I love the country. We got a few folks here live in the country.
Are you ready for the
Hey.
country?
Makes you want to ride in a four-wheel drive truck, cooler full of Nestea, and just ride around on the back roads with a
Hit
22.
them roads. All right.
Got them
about-
gun on the back rack. You know how you put a gun on the window? That's what I'm talking about. Remember that cowboy hat you wore? That Eastern cord? We should add you in that today. You got some boots too, didn't you? Vic Blair, Andrew Benson, Brittany Renee, Roy Fraser.
Roy
I'm
Fraser.
alive, Roy. I missed you,
Roy
buddy.
Fraser's ready for the country.
Jackson Jordan moving to the rough country.
Hey, you know, Roy, I saw where your town, Watertown, was like in a tornado warning today. I hope you're okay if you're if you're there.
Big Nate, I've been under the weather. I'm coming to see you this week, my friend. I hope your trip was great
Kathleen.
with your family. I seen that barbecue. I wish I had some.
All right, weatherman, it's about 1 o'clock. That means it's time to get started for Real Estate 101 with me. Hashtag GTTN.
AKA your boy the weatherman.
That's a long name. Why can't you just say hashtag?
Because I know it gets under your skin a little
Why
bit.
can't you go hashtag? Hashtag.
I'm just now figuring out hashtag and Instagram, so I ain't got it all
Man, you
down
don't
yet.
even know. He don't even know how to respond. But
I apologize. Shane Ray.
Shane Ray or man, the heating and air, the kahuna, the big kahuna.
Well, let me take over this show for
Take
a
it
few
over,
minutes.
weatherman.
First, before we get to our sponsors, we want to talk about our number one sponsor. And today's the big guy's birthday, John Jones. We want to wish you a happy birthday. Man, you're inspiration to everybody in this office. You're a mentor to so many in the real estate field. Most of all, we appreciate you for letting us do this stuff. You kind of give Tommy the liberation to be him. But man, most of all, have a great day and happy birthday. To the rest of the guys.
Happy birthday, big boy.
To the rest of the guys, Roy Fraser, a guy over at Farm Bureau, probably the best agent out there. If you need any of your insurance needs, give Roy Fraser a call. Ho ho.
Sorry,
Ho
weatherman.
ho. Scott Abernathy, rent from Abernathy, rent from Scott. Probably the number one property manager in all this area. Give Scott a call. And the one we like to call the Thriller in the Manila, Belinda Aringer with Iberia Mortgage. She is definitely a very tough mortgage lender and one of the best of all time. So I'd like to give them a very wonderful shout out. And to our girl behind the screen, Miss Kathleen.
The person behind the curtain, the one that makes it all happen. We can't do it without you, Kathleen. I want to, before I get started, I do want to give a special shout out to our guy, John C. Jones. It is his birthday. We probably have not done enough for the big guy because of what he gives us. So wish he was in here. Now, Katrina, the storm. Katrina, you've got something. Katrina, as you all know, is from New Orleans. So Mardi Gras means something kind of unique and special to her. What is Mardi Gras? Exactly. Other than the big ass party, what is Mardi Gras?
It has just, now it's evolved to where it's a huge celebration. It used to be a very formal event back in the day, almost like cotillions. But now it's a huge celebration of life and everything that life is about. It culminates with Fat Tuesday, because on Wednesday today is the first day of Lent. It starts the Lenten season where you give up something for Lent. So we just extended Fat Tuesday by 1 day so we could participate in Real Estate 101, and we do have a king cake compliments of Courtney.
Now, is there a baby in
I
that?
don't know if Courtney
Okay.
put the baby
Okay.
inside or not.
Do you know what the baby? I have no idea. Do you know what it means? I don't either, because supposedly there's like a little kid baby in a lot of
Like
these.
a real
cakes.
one? What do you mean?
Oh,
Like
ain't
a
no
No,
real
baby.
baby?
It wouldn't be here, but it's like a little plastic baby or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means. So.
So what's in this cake? What kind of food is it?
It's a bunch of
It's
sugar.
basically like a cinnamon coffee cake with cream cheese kind of a filling.
So
Fat and
we
calories.
need some folks to come. Have you opened it up? Have you
I've got it sitting right here. Anybody
you
can
need to
have
go
some that
ahead.
wants some.
So I want to ask one more question about Mardi Gras. Has Mardi Gras, is it outside New Orleans, and is it really
No,
only
it goes down the streets.
down the streets? What does Ash Wednesday mean?
That's the beginning of your Lenten season.
But what
Goes
is
back to biblical times where you sackcloth and ashes, repent for what you've done.
We'll be here all day for you, big guy.
just getting started? So what does Fat Tuesday mean?
Fat Tuesday is the culmination of the party.
It's
What
like
is-
Ramadan or whatever it is.
What is
Big throw
culmination?
down.
To dumb people, what does culmination mean?
The
Could you give us a minute to Google that?
Yeah, I want to know what culmination is.
culmination is just like the end of it, the
Okay.
coming together
See, I
of
always,
everything.
I've never been to Mardi Gras, so I've never
Mardi
been.
Gras
It's
is
what?
It's before a fasting period.
Before the fasting. So let's get fat on
The next 40
Tuesday.
days.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
I
I
went to
understand.
Mardi Gras 2 years ago, and it was one of the best events I've ever been to.
Man, I went to New Orleans once, and I had the worst hangover of my life.
Yeah, but
I was
Mardi
only
Gras
there
was
for
a,
one
Mardi
day,
Gras was
so-
a lot of fun.
All right, we're about to get started, everybody. Every Wednesday we come to you live.
Bam!
Even if there's a storm out there, we're going to do Real Estate 101. So please post your comments. We love it if you share. As a matter of fact, the people that share, we're going to go through here. We're going to pick one person, and I'm going to give them a gift card, a $25 gift card to guess where?
The Alley on Main.
Alley on Main. So if you share this, we're going to go back through there, and we're going to pick a winner. So please share. We always are looking for fresh topic ideas, which are real estate related, and creativity happens in certain places. Could be anywhere, but I think creativity usually happens where your mind is free to wander. And one day at breakfast, the weatherman brought this idea up. Man, we ought to do something about the people wanting to move out, because I know you and your builder have started doing a lot of things, a little trend on acreage tracts.
Yes, Acres Tracks.
So, what does that look like? Tell me why people. Why do we not do more of this? Why do people want this, in your opinion?
In my opinion, there's a couple different things. Murfreesboro is such a growing community, but with a growing community comes a growing aggravation, which is getting places, the traffic, the hustle and bustle, just the mad chaos of driving around in town. And so once people start moving out into the country, that little 10 or 15 minute ride home is the same 10 or 15 minute ride you have driving through town.
That's right.
It's just, where do you want your mind? And so when I started to tell my builder about a year ago, I said, what are we going to look at? Are we going to look at how many miles it is or how much time it takes?
It's more about the time.
It is exactly right. So what people think, they'll think, well, it's 10 miles out 96. But guess what? It's 12 minutes to Oakland High School. If you're 3 miles from Oakland High School, it may take you 15 minutes to get to the high school.
Right.
And so what people are starting to look at with our infrastructure in our neighborhoods and our lot prices going up, and with not many new developments coming in, and with these big out-of-town franchise builders, the common guy, the common builder around here is running out of places to buy lots. And so what we started looking at is, let's look at something different. And so we went on Acres Tracks, and it's been a hit.
So you're usually looking at what, 1, 2, 3, 5
Yeah,
acres?
5 acres. We'd love to have 15 acres, but the price of the land gets higher than the price of the house.
Okay, so people understand this. A lot of you probably want to know, why are they building these little bitty postage stamp lots
Right.
in the middle of town? Well, the reason why is that if a developer, let's take John Jones, if he identifies a piece of property that he wants to buy, he wants to develop it, he's going to base how many lots he can get out of that property. Let's just say if it was 100 acres and he felt like, you know what, if I can get these lots at a smaller size, I can pay X amount of dollars for your land, Mr. Owner. But for that to happen, we've got to. They're going to have all these languages in there that are going to guarantee that we can get this much. So really, in today's market, so much of what we're dealing with is just how much people want for the land, and also the county or the whoever they're charging. What are they doing in the development cost to make it so expensive?
The county,
or whoever you got to go through.
well, when you do the land, the developer cost is you might as well figure in a minimum of 25 to 30 grand a lot.
That's right. No matter how big it is.
Yeah, that's a cheap one. And so then at that point, then you're looking at 5 to 10 years out, and most developers don't start making money till the last two or three phases.
Right.
And so, and then you're looking at a year process to even think about getting that through zoning, through passing, to where if you have a 5 acre tract, you don't have to go through planning. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is apply for a building permit and apply for a soil letter. Mm-hmm. So if you have a soil site, you're looking at about $1,500.
Birthday boy!
Birthday guy.
Happy
I'm
birthday!
supposed to be on the show.
Yeah, well, come on
What
in.
the hell?
Come
Where's my
on
chair?
in. You can have this one, big guy. It's your birthday.
No,
It's your birthday.
No.
So what we're looking at is it may cost you $1,500 to $2,000.
Just come right over here by me, big guy.
Come right front.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday cake.
Birthday, hey, we think
Your
highly of
birthday
it.
cake. Hey, are we bringing him?
Yeah, hey, this guy trumps everybody.
Taking over.
Hey,
So,
that's a lot of meat.
Yes, sir.
come on in here,
Come
big
on
guy.
in. This is a treat.
Boy, you don't get this very often.
Man.
This is like a legend walking right up on your
Yeah.
playground. So John, what we're talking about today, I'm sure you have not been following our post.
Am I on the camera?
You're live right now.
Live.
So what we're
guy.
I love this big old gun.
so what we're talking about is people moving to the county, moving to the land, moving to the country. Why do you see people want to move to the county, to the country areas?
Quality of life. They want a little space, a little bit elbow room. They want to hear the crickets.
Coyotes.
You know, they just think, there's a lot of different reasons, but I'd say the main reason is just kind of, less congested, quietness and things like that.
Well, today I've written down 4, and you guys can interject at any time. You
Let
can
me interject right off.
Go ahead, weatherman. You feeling good?
No, I feel great. I'm in between two geniuses. One great thing about
And one shameless self-promoter.
one thing great about the country is when you get in these towns like Eagleville, and John and Craig's got a great project coming up, Auburn Town, Milton, Las Casas. There's a community there that are actually very friendly. Mm-hmm. And they all know each other, they all wave, they open the doors for you. And it's almost like a respect level out there. Not saying we don't have it in town, but it's almost like a good old country boy term. If you broke down on the side of the road, you're going to have 10 people stop by the time you get home. If you break down out here on John Wright, they're going to run you over to get where they got to go.
I'm sorry it's raining.
So it's more, you're saying there's more sense of community.
I think so.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay, well, my number one, and this is in no particular order, I said people want to move out there for more space, more privacy. Would you agree with that, weatherman?
Absolutely. They want to ride 4-wheelers. They want to be able to have a goat and chicken.
Well, it depends. Are we talking strictly they're buying land? Just
No,
buying
they're moving.
Or they could be in a subdivision
They're-
too. Either way.
Well, we're
What are we talking about here,
identifying
We look like
property,
acreage tracts.
acreage tracts, because he's doing so many. Weatherman's doing so many of these builds out there where people, there's such a demand for a 5 acre tract. So we're getting to the bottom of why people are doing this.
I got you.
What's so appealing about this? I feel like there's more space, there's more privacy. I'm a city boy. I feel safer in a subdivision. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel safer if I can see my neighbor, if I can hear my neighbor. Some people, I think, feel safer in the county, out there in the country. But you definitely move out there, you've got more wide open spaces. Didn't the Dixie Chicks sing that song, Wide Open Spaces?
They did.
But you're out there, you got more space, you got more privacy. Got anything you'd like to add?
Privacy.
Privacy. You got more privacy. Now this is number 2. This is what you said a second ago. Room for more adventure.
There we go.
That's for your people that have got a 4-wheeler. They shoot guns. They got a goat. What are the people that you're selling these things? Why are they moving out there, Weatherman? Is there anything they told you stories?
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people are moving out there.
You wouldn't lie to us, would you?
Not a bit.
Okay.
If they have kids, there's some trend going on that they want their kids to be in these smaller schools now, and so it's almost like they feel safe. Like, give you a prime example, Eagleville is probably one of the most desired schools now, and it's a smaller school. Now I don't know how long it's going to be small because Eagleville is definitely on the map, but I think you're seeing a lot of people that would like to have their kids in a smaller school system and feel safe. And these are for the kids that aren't these strong athletic guys and going to make the starting team, and it's just an upbringing that they want to provide for their kids.
Katrina, you want to show that cake? You want to show our viewers? We got thousands of viewers out there right now.
But
that
most
love
of
to see
my
that.
most of my clients that we have going out there
Yeah.
are
There you go.
actually have been in the neighborhood most of their life,
Yep.
and their kids are grown and they won't be away from everybody.
Yeah, you see a lot of them. They might be in Evergreen Farms right now, and they're like, "Hey, we want to move out here." How many acreage tracts do you have? Do you have anything right now that you're trying to sell?
We got a 5-acre tract out on Valley View, not far, Lascassas area, with 2,800 square feet, new construction, fabulous home, beautiful backdrop of the hills. What are we on that? 379.9.
379.9.
4
Looking
bedroom house.
fine.
David Ross asked right here, does anybody want to list my home on 2 acres out in the county over in the Leanna community? Absolutely.
Yeah,
sir.
we'll be
I'm
calling
on my
you.
way.
Yeah, well,
Yes, sir.
John
Show
had
is
to leave us.
over. Show is over.
John had to leave us.
I tell you what, a lot of people that I find like, and you may have this, they want the detached buildings. They
Yes.
want the workshop.
The
they want the garages. Maybe they're car enthusiasts. Maybe they like to work, do woodworking projects. Maybe they have, I don't know, ham radios. I don't know, but they like to have that extra spot to kind of go out there and tinker and maybe have all their buddies over. I know I got a lot of friends that have places out in the county that they got their garages set up where they got TVs and pool tables and stuff, and they have their buddies over and
Bonfires.
There's a
Big
there's a
roast.
group out in Lascassas. They call it the HOA, and every Thursday night at 6 o'clock they're going to cook out and drink a couple of RCs. You know what RCs are? Recreational colas.
There we go.
The great Earl Young told us that, or an ag in our lives.
Recreational colas.
But so it's a cool thing to have, the space to do those type of buildings. Maybe a barn for a couple of horses, or whatnot.
Okay, number 3 for me, I feel like people are moving out there because you can probably usually get more house for the money. How often do you see something more expensive out in the county? Now, let's not say 100 acres, but I'm just saying usually a similar house in Winthrop Hall is probably going to be more expensive than a house in Harvest
But
Woods.
that's changing.
Are you seeing it change?
Well, I mean, I'm seeing that the prices in the county are coming up. I think 10 years ago you could say that all day long.
Yeah.
But I think now that the homes out in the county are becoming similar pricing to in the city,
I agree.
but they're getting more land. I think some people look at it as, I can go into Winthrop Hall, and I'm going to be on a 15,000 square foot lot.
Are they that big? They got
I think they're 15. They're 12 to 15. I think they're 15. So 15,000. Well, there's 45,000 in an acre. So you get 5 acres. You may pay a similar price for that 5 acres as you did for that Winthrop Hall lot, and they feel like, hey man, I'm getting so much more land for the money.
Like in,
And they are.
Brittany said it's 15. Belinda and your taxes are cheaper, so you
I knew I was right, Brittany.
So you can mortgage more. That's right. Belinda, you are, she said happy birthday, by the way, Belinda Arringer.
Thank
So-
you. Thank you.
A lot of time on our acreage tracts too, we'll be able to buy the acreage tract cheaper. Now, just because you buy it cheaper doesn't mean
That's
the
a
lot
good
cost
point.
is the same, because you have a longer driveway, you have longer electrical, you have longer plumbing, or longer water. But most time at the end of the day, the appraisal comes back really good on an acreage tract because they do give that to you.
So let's make an apples to apples comparison. In John subdivision, Harvest Woods, lot prices are roughly $60,000 to $65,000. You may be able to go out to some parts of the county and get 3 to 5 acres for that same amount. Now those prices are pushing up, but there's probably, you talked about this before, John, where you don't feel like there's that much more value between 3 to 5 acres than 10 to 15 acres. How do you calculate? How do you
Well, I think
articulate that?
well, I think it's the market. I think, you know, if you got a 5-acre tract sitting beside a 8-acre tract,
Right.
okay. Bottom line is somebody's buying that to put a personal residence on. Okay, so the really kind of, I think the 5 acres is what they're paying for. The 3 additional acres, you're not going to get the same price per acre as that first 5 acres.
$3,000 acre.
Yeah, you get a little extra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you might, because right now, man, I'm seeing auctions where 5 acres is going for $100,000.
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
So that's $20,000 an acre.
Absolutely.
Well, on that 8 acres, it might not bring 20,000,
Right.
or maybe 8 acres is bad, but you know, if it's 20 acres, they're not going to get 20,000.
No,
Nobody's
no.
going to pay $400 for that 20-acre
No.
home site that's got one perk site.
Right.
So that, I mean, I think after 5 acres it starts diluting, and then as you get up, it you know, because it all comes down to how many homes can you put on it.
That's
Exactly
right.
right.
That's
And
right.
you lose a lot of people after 5 acres.
Because people are going to pay a premium for the one home site.
Exactly right.
Now, Weatherman, you had to teach me this. I can't articulate well enough to the audience.
Let the big man do it.
Let the big boy
Yeah.
do it. You can't really, like, if you're busting up tracks, you can't get below 5 acres. Is that to educate the audience on how tracks are broken up? into the
Anything
county?
under 5 acres, you have to go through planning commission. And so if you go through the planning commission, then you have to hire Huddleston or SEC and then make
Well,
it
it's
like
gotta
a
be like a
subdivision.
subdivision.
Exactly right. It's got to be a
Right.
subdivision. And then you got to worry about if they're going to let you come, if you got enough road frontage. So if you have a 5-acre tract, you can actually, if you got the soil letter, you can go pull a building permit and start building.
So how long could it take to go through that process?
I'll tell you right, we did one out on Wayside Road where the guy had an additional 5 acres. He had an 8-acre property, and we kept the home in 5 acres, and we took the 3 acres and we made 2 lots out of it that faced Wayside Road. And so they were 1.5 acres. And it cost about, between perks and this and that and the other, because it was 2 lots, it was deemed a little subdivision.
Right.
And the costs were so much more expensive, and then we had to go through more of a process. I mean, it took us 2 or 3 months, maybe about 4 months to get that all the way through the
Okay,
process
so,
of the county.
So there was 3 acres, and then they got it divided into 2 tracts.
And although we didn't have to build a road or anything, you know what I'm saying, it went to another, it went to what they call a little subdivision thing, and we had to plat it out. It was more expensive. I mean,
How
I
much
think we
do you
spent
think that
six,
cost?
it was about $6,000.
And don't you
2
have to get
lots?
on the planning, the meeting
Yeah,
list?
yeah.
So you got to make that
We had to do a
timeline.
plat. It had to get signed, you know, just like you would a subdivision.
Yeah.
So it was just a lot more. Now it was advantageous for these people to
Sure.
spend $6,000,
Right.
Because all of a sudden, okay, they had
Right.
2 $40,000 lots they could
Right.
sell, which they sold. If I'd left that 3 acres with the home, I might have got another
That's right.
10,000 for the house. You know what I'm saying? So it was a. They
So-
probably did another 30 grand, another 50, 60, 70,000 bucks.
So what you're seeing, if I heard this right, is you feel like affordability in the county and the city are kind of equalizing now, or close, a lot closer than it used to be. Just moving to the county is not going to guarantee it's going to be a cheaper house.
No, and I think a lot of that school systems too,
Yes.
Tommy. Because
Yeah.
you remember when we were kids, people would pay money to drive their kid in from the county to the city schools.
That's right.
City schools were deemed the premier school
Yeah.
system. And not to knock city schools today, but I think it's reversed. I think county schools are considered the premier school system.
Ooh,
And
that's,
I know,
hey, we need to put that nugget out there.
Hey,
Say
I
said that.
mean, hey,
Make sure I
hey,
said
hey,
that, okay?
hey, proof
that,
of the
that is a
You wanna
great
say that
point.
again, John?
I'm not saying it necessarily is. I'm just saying the perception is the county schools, especially in the elementary level, because once you get to middle school, everybody's in a county
Yeah,
school.
that's right.
Okay.
So
But at the
schools-
elementary level, I believe the county schools are perceived to be a better system at this point in time. And I'll go ahead. Don't send me an email. I'm saying perceived, and that's my opinion.
Now, I went to Walter Hill. So Walter Hill was one of those county schools John's talking about. And I still have the same friends today. And there's a deeper connection than a lot of the friends I had in high school.
Yeah,
And it's something about that little county feel that's pretty neat. Buchanan, Eagleville, Kittrell. I mean,
Or it could just have to be that's kind of normal when you grow up with kids and they're little.
It could be.
In the city or the county.
Could be.
So, guys, one more
You'd
thing.
be fine.
My fourth point was it's less congestion in the county. So that's kind of obvious why people are going to want to be out there. Some days it may take me, when I lived across town, it could take me 15 minutes to get from here to Northfield. I mean, it was very frustrating. If I lived in the county, I could go down 24, get on 840 or go somewhere like that. But John, do you see as development cost, we're going to have to figure out a way to get the development cost down. Do you see more and more people doing this, buying an acreage tract and building a house out there? What do you think? What do you think we're going to see there?
I think it's popular right now because you have a lot of builders that are doing it, and they're building specs out there. And the reason they're doing it is because they're having a hard time finding lots anywhere else. And another reason is they're not competing with every Tom, Dick, and Harry in a subdivision. If they can go out and find a nice 5-acre tract, they're not competing against as many people. They have more of a scarce resource in that 5 acres. If it's in the right area, and so I think you're going to see, is that just a fad? I don't think so. I think 5-acre tracts are just popular. I think there's so many people that like the idea of them. Now, what I do find is some people think that's what they want, right? And then they get out there,
They got to mow it.
and they got to mow it, they got to cut it. Kids are starting to do all these activities in town. Mama starts going, "You're killing me. We've got to move back in town. This is too much." So I've seen a lot of people do that, and then about 3 years later, they're like, "Hey man, we got to sell this place. We love it, but it's running us ragged because little Susie's in gymnastics, and we think she might be going to the Olympics, so we've got to go up there 7 days a week, or something."
Hey, we've had a few comments. Julie Lewis, she lives out there on Central Valley Road. She said happy birthday.
Thank
John.
you, Julie.
Jackson Jordan, Rough Country, said happy birthday.
Sounds like his dad. Oh yeah, his dad bought a beautiful place out in Milton.
Jay Cash.
Jay Cash, I saw one of your
Jay
signs.
Cash is having a big auction this weekend, Jay, right? Cripple Creek Road. It sounds like he's doing some tracks.
Tell us about what you got out there, buddy. Maybe we need to buy. Now, hey, every week John does a real estate minute. This is a little free prize that you didn't anticipate getting today.
You're getting multiple minutes.
Yes.
Today, John, I want to pick your brain.
Because he's got this big, good-looking
Yeah.
You told me a story the other day about this one woman that has influenced modern living. She's got like the world eaten out of her hand. What's her name?
Joanna Gaines.
Joanna Gaines. So what is?
You don't know her name.
I don't know who she is.
She's an icon, is what she is.
Well, tell us. So what is it that? Tell her what she does and what are the trends coming.
A lot of you guys have seen, if you hadn't seen the show, it's a fun show to watch because she's very talented.
What show is it?
It's called Fixer Upper. It's on HGTV. I think it comes out Tuesday nights is the new episode, but you can go on demand. But her and her husband Chip Gaines, she's the interior decorator and the visionary, and Chip is the muscle. He's the one that redoes the house. And the gist of the show is they find a family in Waco, Texas that is looking to buy a home that they want to redo. And they take them out, they usually show them 3 properties, and then they give them the vision of what it could be. And they try to, look, your budget is $375. This is they'll show maybe like a $250 house or a $280 house. And with your budget, we can do this, that, and the other, and turn it into, and the show makes it appear like they've got pretty much free reign to go do it the way they want to do it. I would assume behind the scenes that they know what they're getting, but Joanna her tastes are really kind of influencing the nation right now, and it's that kind of farmhouse meets the city. Some people call it country chic. I don't know, but it's where you're seeing all the shiplap.
The farmhouse sanity cabinets.
With modern things too,
So when you're saying modern, what does that mean to somebody out there that may not know what you mean? Is that a color, a design?
Why don't we say contemporary? Yeah, it is a design. You know, it's like maybe what you would see in New York City, if you want to think big, like
Right.
in an apartment in New York City, but combining elements from a farmhouse and putting them together. So you might see a shiplap wall, but you might see a beautiful contoured contemporary navy blue sofa in front of it,
Yeah.
where you wouldn't necessarily see that 10 years ago. You would see that it would all be modern, and the architecture would be modern. Now you're seeing where the farmhouse or the craftsman type, not craftsman, but more farmhouse type cabinetry and woodworking and details, but you put maybe your newer furnishings and things like that around it.
Now, the other day you were telling me that like the Aura bronze fixtures, doorknobs, all that's gone, or it's going to be.
I don't know that it's gone, but there's other things that are coming into play.
Tell us about it, big guy. Tell us, birthday boy.
Well, I mean, I'm not a designer, and I
You
don't
see
mean
the
to be.
chrome coming back?
Yeah, I think chrome is coming back. Chrome, what they call the Lux Gold, Luxe Gold.
That's what
fixtures.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Lux.
Now, I
Gold.
did throw this out to my man Jerome the other day. Jerome's one of the best designers I know. He's in Murfreesboro, but he does a lot of stuff in Brentwood and really high end stuff. And I asked Jerome about mixing metals because I've been seeing a little bit of that. Mixing oil rub bronze hinges with, and mixing the light fixtures in the bathroom and all that with different metals. And he said it was absolutely a faux pas. Now that's one man's opinion,
Yeah.
one designer's opinion, and but he tells me you need to stay consistent with your metals. But copper is coming into play in the interior of the home. A lot of copper is becoming popular.
Yeah.
But what I'm seeing, and I know we're getting off base here, but
No,
I'm
baby,
seeing
bring
with
your
the
birthday
neutral
boy.
the neutral colors. For so long, everything we've done has been like builder's beige,
Yeah.
right? Built like this in my office. I'm out of date. And what we're seeing is whites have really come back strong, and grays
Right.
have really come back strong. But what they're saying going forward, we're going to see even more like blush tones, which is kind of with pinks and light pale pinks and pale blues are going to come back in and kind of be your new neutrals. So cabinets are obviously changing a
Yeah.
lot. We're going more with a painted, around here especially, white cabinets. I think you'll see some gray cabinets and some off-tone cabinets, even silver cabinets. I think you're going to see a lot more of that coming our way.
Hey, that's right, Melissa K. Wright Design. She needs to get on here and make some comments at him, right?
Yeah, man, put her on here.
Hey,
Tell her.
What are you thinking about?
We need somebody who knows what the hell they're
What
talking
are you
about.
thinking about the barnwood? Is the barnwood on a fading out, or is it still you still feel like it's a trend, or?
My personal opinion is it's going to start fading out.
Okay,
And I think you're going to see more of the shiplap.
I think so too.
So the
Painted.
shiplap-
Now, what I think most of the shiplap we've seen around here, correct me if I'm wrong, has been a painted just white
Yeah.
or very,
Yeah.
I think you're going to see more shiplap painted stronger colors.
Okay.
Like
More
I think
bold.
you could, yeah, I think.
I think some dark
Or-
grays.
I saw Miss Joanna do one the other night where she did it on the wall of the master bedroom behind the bed, and it was black, and it really looked cool.
Oh wow.
So,
You know.
historically, we've always assumed around here, and this is before HGTV or any of these shows out there, a lot of these trends may start somewhere, and it would take a long time before it gets to Murfreesboro. So, if you're right now about to do your house, are you gonna be how forthcoming would you be to do some of these trends that you're seeing in other markets?
I think it's Tommy. I think and y'all correct me if y'all think I'm wrong, but I think back we used to talk about that a lot. Like, hey, we're still probably 4 years away. You know what I mean? But I think information used to move a lot slower.
I agree.
So I think now with social media, Pinterest,
Yes.
things, Joanna Gaines, I think that time frame has lapsed. I always think they always say stuff's going to come from the east and the west coast and it meets and it gets to the middle. And there's probably still some truth to that because I think most of your things happen in New York and in LA, right? But I do think that it's not the time lapse isn't 4 or 5 years anymore. It might be a year. It might be before it's happening over here. It might be a year or 2 years, and then all of a sudden, And then some people that are on the cutting edge, you know, they may just go right with it right now because they just saw Joanna Gaines or somebody like that do it on a show, and they're like, man, that looks really cool. I
What
wanna
are
do that.
what are the good exteriors coming? What do you think about the exterior of the homes? What are you liking?
You know about the brick, the painted brick, the hardy, the vinyl.
Yeah. Board and batten.
I love
those.
I
I
like the board and batten.
So, what is board and batten to the people out there that maybe do not know exactly what board and batten is?
Well, it's just a vertical instead of you know, it used to be done with wood, but now everything's done with hardy or even vinyl. I mean, to me, like vinyl board and bat looks more real than just vertical. I mean, the horizontal
Right.
vinyl.
Yeah.
But board and bat is just a vertical look. It's where the boards look like they're going vertically, and they usually have some type of, I guess it's kind of a seam piece coming
an
down
overlay.
through it, an overlay. Now the thing is, would I have the kahunas to go out there, the onions, to go out and do it on my house if I, you know, because you know, board and bat's been around a while, so it is kind of a traditional thing. You know, a lot of the bungalows but would I be scared that could be a big fad right now and maybe won't stand the test of time? I probably would be scared, but I love it. I think it looks cool.
I like it on bigger tracks. In the neighborhood, it's a scary thing because you're sticking out like a sore thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Now, y'all got a great one out there in Harvest. Y'all had two out there. One of them didn't do very well with the market, wasn't great. But then y'all had one that was a pre-sale, and it's a beautiful house out there.
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah,
even
that's
though,
what
even though
the-
it's
I'm
an
gonna tell you a house I drove out in Laurelwood. Right
We
there.
got Brent Long in studio, folks.
And
by the way.
there's a house that just stuck out to me. It's definitely unlike any other one.
On the
I've
corner?
ever- No, it's like the fifth one in on the right. It's a hardy board and brick, and maybe got some board and batten as well.
Did Andy build that one?
He might have, I
Yeah.
don't know, but it is gorgeous. I mean,
Yeah.
it's totally different. Kind of got a charcoal look, and brick. It just
Brad Elam said they just did it on a flip house.
Flip out.
Brad Elam on here.
Well, I
Hey, are we
think
getting
we're seeing
you?
a lot of those trends in the newer pucky stuff. Like some of those, we're seeing some of that.
Miss Daniel
People think
Nader
it's-
says goodbye oil rub.
Bye.
Out of here.
Champagne Gold, says Jay Cash. All
Hey,
right,
we're-
it's good stuff, y'all.
Hey,
Hey, some of you designers out there, man, correct us if we're wrong, because there's a daggum good chance we're wrong.
We need to get somebody.
Or we're about
on
half right.
in
Maybe.
interior design show one day.
Well, how do we're back on acreage. Hey, what are some things? Let me pose this question to you fellas, and I think you touched on it a little bit. What are some things people? Because I think we all know where I'm going here. What are some things people got to remember if they're building their home on an acreage tract? You know, and I think a lot of people say, "Hey, I'm paying $70,000 for this acreage tract, or I could buy a $70,000 lot in town, developed lot, and that's going to be about the same." But what are some things that they need to think about when building a home on an acreage tract as far as cost goes?
It's about $20,000 minimum for clearing off the land, for the driveway costs. Gravel's $500 a load,
Yeah.
and then by the time you put your water line
Because
in,
typically your
off the road.
driveway is going to be a little further than
Right.
40 feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We just put a 100-foot driveway in. The driveway costs $12,000.
And you usually have a lot of times you have a ditch at the road, so
That's
you
right.
got to put in a.
head wall and cover.
There you go. Those ain't cheap.
No, they're not.
And then if you want your utilities to go underground, what do you have to do, big man?
you gotta dig them ditches. If you hit rock, you gotta.
You got to pay somebody to do that, right? And in
And
a developed lot, it's already there, right?
Now I thought in Rutherford County now that everything had to be underground. Is that correct? Now I may be wrong.
Not in Rutherford County. Now maybe the city,
Okay, maybe the city did. Okay.
but I'm not sure.
But and then another thing, there's one other big drawback. The country's great, but you are a little bit farther from Publix, Kroger's, Walmart's, and some of those things. So you lose. That's a big question we get when people drive out the first time. But like we talked about before, are you looking at miles? Or are you looking at time? You know, so I can leave my house off Sulphur Springs Road, and it take me 20 minutes to get to Publix. I can leave our house in Auburntown, and I'm at Kroger's in about the same amount of time. But I have no red lights, I have no congestion, and it's just a peaceful drive. So, but now, at the end of the day, you're going to get milk. But you know the good thing about living in the country?
Tell me.
Dollar General stores are everywhere.
Hunt's Pizza.
damn sure.
Boy, that Hunt's Pizza is
Yes,
good.
it's good.
It's real good.
There's always a good country market too, where you can get
Exactly.
where you can get
Crossroads, old
a
Crossroads.
Bam Bam sandwich.
Yeah.
You know what a Bam Bam sandwich is?
What's that?
Double bologna.
That's
what Howard Wall called it, Bam Bam.
You can still buy the
Fried bologna.
South sandwiches.
I don't know.
I think they all called it.
We've been going about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to give my little rundown one more time about why I feel like people move to the country. More space, more privacy. You've got more adventure to do out there. You can ride around on your motorcycle, your four-wheeler, shoot guns. It's more affordable, but John Jones has told me I may not be right, so I may stand corrected on that.
On what?
On it being more affordable out
Depending
in
on where your lots are and how far out you go. You know, it's all about a lot cost.
What's more affordable?
More affordable would mean like similar houses, one in town versus the same house outside of town.
Well, I'll give you an example.
New construction?
Yeah.
We bought a lot
I don't think so.
in Auburn Town. It cost us $45,000.
Depends on what you put in it.
Right.
The lot in Murfreesboro was going to cost $75,000. There's about a $15,000 difference in
Right.
the lot cost prep. So we're still at about $10,000 or $12,000. But we have 5 acres. This should raise our comps or raise our value up to the house. So it should be a $30,000, $35,000 more value to be there.
All right, let me ask you this question.
Ask
If
us.
somebody puts a 3,500 square foot home out on 5 acres, okay, are they going to be able to ask more for that home than Harvest Woods?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So what's, all right, then Winthrop Hall.
Well, you don't see any starter homes in town anymore. So under 200,000, are you more likely to see them in town or in a little outskirt area?
Outskirt, because you still can get the land at a better price and maybe make it work. Although that's getting hard.
Yeah.
What is a starter home anymore?
200,000.
Yeah.
It's 200,000.
I
I've
think
never
that-
thought my mouth would say
Say
that.
200,000.
Well, I think a starter home price is what you need to look at it for what you could pay an apartment rent. So I think apartments are at least what $1,000 a month.
Oh, at least.
At least. So I think if you're taking a
Two
rule,
bedroom.
a rule of thumb, it's about $6 per thousand that you finance. So a $200,000 house now is roughly about $1,200 a month. So that's about what an apartment.
Where is a starter home in the county right now?
I mean, Creek's Bend is
Yeah,
our,
yeah, that would be one.
Water Farm.
Waldron Farms.
Waldron Farms.
There's a few of them out there.
Buchanan?
Yeah, they're getting up there. You know what I mean? They're in the
They're all
250s.
brick, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in 250s. Thompson Grove, 250s.
What's that place Mitchell and them do?
Long Creek.
Long Creek.
No, it's till my
Yeah,
girl
230s,
kindly gets on
240s.
230s. The numbers go.
Really, you know, the starter home is going to be it's the townhome.
I agree.
That's right.
I agree.
You know, where can somebody go get something new for $165,000-$170,000? Got to be a townhome, right?
Right.
Gotta be.
And can you even find it?
You know, my buddy, he bought a townhome. He closed on it yesterday. It's $194,000. 1 car garage, 2 bedrooms, brand new.
The only ones you can get around
Plug-in station.
Only ones you can get around 150 don't have garages.
Wow, that's just your old 1,200 up and downs, right?
But you know who's buying those? Investors.
Yeah.
Because they're making great rental property. And the first time home buyers are losing out to those from investors.
And they're renting out for 12 to 1,300 right now.
No way.
Yeah.
A new one.
Yeah.
A new.
Yeah. I paid that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 bedroom. 2
On
of
the
them.
west side
Barrett's
of town.
Ridge. That is a Long Creek, Brittany
Barrett's
Renae's
Ridge.
is Barrett's
I
Ridge.
thought, are they
So-
still building Barrett's Ridge?
I don't know, but you can buy.
Yeah.
can buy
Well, I'm talking
them
about
in
new
there.
construction.
No,
Yeah.
It's well, like we were saying, you can have land given to you right now, but after development fees, you're still going to have about $25,000 to $28,000 per lot, even with no land cost, right?
Well, I'm sorry, I was looking at. He was
What
getting a
thing?
call from somebody's secret phone.
Secret phone.
What are you doing, man?
It's just the way I keep up with who he is.
Espionage. He's got his
Well,
own burner.
yeah.
Burner. He's got a burner.
Burner phone.
Well, what I was saying, John, is even today, if somebody gives you land with all the development costs that you have associated with the development, you still got $25,000 to $30,000 in the gift that you're getting.
Yeah.
So then, once you tack on your land cost
And any profit that you'd like to make.
Yeah.
then you got interest carry, you got risk. So that's why you don't really see lots under $60,000 in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Well, guys, we've been going about.
Let me ask Big Guy
Go-
one question
go
before we
ahead.
go.
Go ahead.
What do you see in the next 2 years as far as developments coming out of the ground? Do you think we have a shot of 5 to 10 new developments that will be started up?
Oh, I
Or do you
think I understand there's about 1,300 lots fixing to come out soon.
Really?
Yeah, they're on the books. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you got the big what's it called? South Haven project out on Almaval Road. There's a
Yeah.
couple other projects out that way. Yeah. I mean,
The
the problem is we don't see them every day driving around
Right, that's
because
true.
they keep going out.
Yeah.
You
And how
know?
long does it take once something's been purchased with the intention on developing? How long does that take?
Man, best case, if I bought something today,
How many acres?
if I bought whatever, 100 acres today, and a little bit depends if you have to get it rezoned or you're trying to PRD it or whatever, but man, it's going to be a year before I
Yeah.
can have a year probably minimum before I have a lot ready, and that is the minimum. Because it's going to take me probably
And
best
you
case
got-
scenario 6 months to get through, and then another 6 months
Yeah.
to build it.
So you've got to factor all that in whenever you're buying it. So you've got to have a little bit of margin because you're carrying you're carrying it that long without any income coming from it.
Right.
So, guys, we've been going about 45 minutes.
And you know, land's scary. Here's what
We're still going.
Here's what, you know, Brent and I were talking this morning. If you develop a piece of property, if you go out here and let's say it's a big tract, 300 acres, okay, that's a big tract. And let's say you can get, you can get 700-800 homes on that 300 acres. And you're going to have to pay for that 300 acres. You're going to have to pay, some big money.
Million
right?
bucks.
Huh?
$1 million.
I'll take 20 of them.
Wow.
300 acres?
What
Yeah, God, that's 1920.
You're paying for $5 million.
The humiliator.
Hey, down there.
All right, let's go pay five to 7 million.
Okay.
Okay, but let's say there's how many lot houses? 600, 700. Let's say best case scenario, it's a hot subdivision that can absorb, and this is crazy, 100 houses a year. I mean, that's still a 7-8 year project, and it's not going to absorb that. So you got a developer sitting out here going, man, I'm not going to make it to the next recession. It's scary after what we've been through.
Right.
After what we've been through. So I think people that are doing those type of projects, they're either going to want a nice takedown, so they don't have to buy it all at once, or
Tell
they're
them
going to,
Renee Bader's gonna blow up.
they're going to do, and I'm not speaking for Bob, but Bob's been very successful doing this, and I would assume he's doing more of it. Getting a lot of investors to go in, spreading the risk, but going in and buying it where you can weather the storm a little bit, because you basically paid cash for it. You might borrow money to develop it, but you're not sitting out there on a $5 million land note when this stuff tanks. Because I'm gonna tell you something, guys. It hurts. It hurts when that happens. I was in the middle of that, and it's one thing to build a house. You build a spec house, and nobody's wanting to buy stuff anymore like in '09.
Right.
Guess what? You can rent the spec house out. I can get money coming in on it.
Yeah.
But when you got a lot just sitting there and nobody's buying lots, there ain't a damn thing you can do.
And I'll
It's
put fence on it.
and then you gotta
They'll
then you gotta
bleed you,
pay
Brent.
then you gotta pay somebody to cut the grass.
Yeah.
And then you got a banker calling you going, John, they're stuttering around, and they're going, hey, that project we appraised it last year, and it was $3 million. Well, our new appraisal says it's 1.5, and we need y'all to bring in a bunch of cash. And you're sitting there going, hell, man, I'm just hoping to have enough cash to pay you interest for a couple of years. They don't tell you all that. They don't tell you all that stuff when you in the fine print when they're dunning you for the loan.
Right.
And I'm sorry if I'm pissing off any bankers. No, I'm really. You know what? I'm really not sorry. Because I was in a fetal position.
Hey,
He's been burned. He's still smoking from that flame on him.
I am. It sucked, but I learned my lesson. I'm not being a victim, guys. I kind of was for a second.
Hey,
But
they
I'm
lined up to
smack
give you business.
smack.
They lined up to give you business
That's
right now.
adversity is what I call it.
I am actually trying to get a couple of loans right now. I better shut up.
Better shut it up. Well,
I'm
guys,
just kidding, Mike Hazlett. I'm just kidding, Ronnie Martin. I'm just kidding.
all you bankers, I love you. Hey, send them a text right now and say, hey, man.
I didn't mean you, Ronnie.
All right, we've been going 50 minutes on Johnny's birthday. Johnny, thank you for coming in here.
Are we done?
We're done.
Let's
man.
give him bonus. Let's give him bonus material.
What is?
How many viewers are we at?
Michelle.
130 was our top.
My wife would say, what between the A and the T?
Hey, does he have to go somewhere?
I have to talk to him.
About?
Ooh.
Your car.
Oh.
Really? Right in the middle of a TV show.
I didn't ask to talk to you, Tommy. Just
Oh,
called me.
okay.
It's a new car for his
I'm just
birthday.
standing in here.
Do you want to ask him right now?
Ask me. My tire.
You have 3 business cards worth of tread left on your brake pads, and your tires only have tread in the middle.
You taking care of your automobile, John?
No.
$1,000.
Can I? Yeah, replace it.
I want to replace your brake pads and your tires. He can have it done by 4:30. What time do you get up?
I gotta leave here by 4.
Hey, can I buy those
Hey,
tires, those brake
hey,
pads?
ask him if he'll take. Hey, ask him if he'll take a third party out of state check.
David Estes said happy birthday,
I'll
big
put them
guy.
tires on my truck.
You need them.
John, tell us where you're going tonight.
I'm going to Jeff Ruby's.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Ruby.
Hit the bone in
With
for
my
life.
wife Tracy and my beautiful daughters Mary Margaret and Liza Jane and my beautiful mother
Really?
Jane.
I
Hey,
didn't get
So
an
it's me and
invite.
4
Bone in
beautiful
fillet.
bone-in fillet. How many ounces is it, big guy?
I don't know, $69. I know that. It's awesome. It's worth it.
What kind of sides did you put with it?
Sweet mashed potatoes and I don't remember. I think some nice bourbon.
Were you in that whiskey and that bourbon?
I was.
Was you on the ride up there? Were you drinking? Were you sipping
I
real
was.
long?
Don't get him in trouble.
Well, hey, we can't. Is there anything you'd like to add before we shut this show down?
Straight from the gut tonight.
So I'll add that at the very, very end, John. Is there anything that you would like to add before we shut down?
No, we just thank y'all for your business. Thank you for allowing me to be on here today with you good-looking.
Hey, don't we have a big thing
big
coming
sexy,
up?
big sexy.
Don't we have a big thing
We
with
got a
our company?
client appreciation event. It's
Yeah,
not
client
long.
appreciation event, March the 12th. That's Sunday, March the 12th, from 1 to 3. Lanes, trains, and automobiles. It's wide open. It's free. We got bumper cars. We got bowling. We got free popcorn. We got Cokes. We got laser tag. We got arcade games. Now listen, I know what you're saying out there. Oh man, I'd love to go to that, but I've never bought a house from those guys, so I don't care. You come.
Come
And
and
here's
get
the
the
only thing
notes.
we ask out of you if you come. In the next 12 months, we'll put you on layaway. In the next 12 months, send us 1 referral. Oh, we got drawings. We're going to give away not iPads, Kindle Fires, and smartwatches.
Oh, man.
Smartwatches.
How much are Fitbits? We have to get a Fitbit.
Well, we've already bought the stuff, Tommy.
Here we go.
I'll bring some Fitbits in.
Let me stop it.
Hold him off me,
Let it
brother,
flow.
man. Get
Bring,
him off me.
bring you some daggum Fitbits. Tommy's giving away Fitbits.
Yeah. How
How
many?
much
10?
are Fitbits?
Not much.
You can get that-
200 or
you get-
150.
No, you get that $99. Tommy bring him.
Bring the skinny one.
He'll bring that first generation over.
Yeah.
On first
Oh,
generation.
scratching den. Fitbit.
Hey, straight from the gut. When is that?
Let's
That's one
talk
of my
about
new
straight
favorite
from the
TV.
gut that's tomorrow. 8 o'clock.
What are you
We
gonna talk
talked
about?
Tomorrow I'm going to talk about bounce back, John. Do you know what bounce back is?
The ability to recover from a setback.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, John. Will you be on there again this
Yeah,
week?
giving you all kinds of heck.
I see
You've
that.
been
That
on
was,
there
that
the
was worth
last
the watch.
few weeks. So tomorrow, I like to share my story. I like to help people that have been through troubled times, like myself.
Like a bridge.
That's right. So Thursday night, I share my story. Brent, I need you on there. You going to be on there?
I'll be there.
Y'all just
I'll
come
put lunch
over.
down at 7:45.
Hey, that, you know what? You ought to put that. That'll be your theme song, "Bridge Over Troubled Waters," Elvis version, as you're coming in to your.
That's why I
gut.
thought Johnny Cash sung that.
He did, but not as good as the Big E. All right, man. You got a heck of a story, buddy.
Do I?
Hey, you looking up a song, or we going? Can we?
Are you making
Are we
fun of
done?
me?
Are we done?
Hey,
No, we're not done.
no, we're done. We're gonna go ahead and just shut it down. Hold on, I want to hear this song. You know the song? Do we have any last?
So we got listed.
Man, this is a good song. I can't even see Elvis in there. Go ahead and shut it down, everybody. Thank you. Every Wednesday,
Don't
1
forget, you
o'clock.
got a giveaway later.
I got a giveaway for you people, so be looking out for the giveaway. Tune in tomorrow night, straight from the gut, 8 p.m.